From Wrigley Field, where once again this year they figured out that for the upteenth time in baseball history, maybe hiring everybody's former teammate isn't that great an idea. This is Kurt Berglund with the Dream Season. That's right, the Dream Season using payoff pitch baseball to play 30 or maybe a few more of my favorite teams of all time against each other in a battle for supremacy of baseball. That's right, supremacy. Who's going to the playoffs? Who's winning the World Series? These are the questions of the day. We are in opening day. This is the third and final opening day game of our feature of the 15 opening day contests that we will have in our league. Today, it's a doozy. It is the marquee matchup of the opening day series, at least in my opinion. And it is certainly one that has playoff implications down the road. I'm talking about the 1969 Chicago Cubs, led by Leo DeRocher, versus the homestanding 1984 Chicago Cubs, led by Jim Fry. Both teams ended up disappointing in different ways, but both teams were very, very good teams in their own respect, and have been the subject of no small amount of debate which one was better, and not just among Cub fans. So, these first series of the season are all three-game series. This is game one, obviously, of this three-game series. Between these two ball clubs, the opposing pitchers, Fergie Jenkins, 21-15 with a 3.21 earned run average for the 69 Cubs. He'll be opposed by Rick Sutcliffe, who was 16-1 for the Cubs. He was with the Indians earlier in 1984, of course, with a 2.69 earned run average. These are studs in Cub history. Let's give you the starting lineups for the visiting 69ers. Leading off at shortstop, it's Don Kessinger. Batting second at second base, Glenn Beckert. Batting third in left field, Billy Williams. Batting fourth at third base, Ron Santo. Batting fifth at first base, Ernie Banks. Batting sixth and doing the catching, Randy Hundley. Batting seventh and playing right field, Al Spangler. And batting eighth, center fielder Don Young. Batting ninth is Fergie Jenkins. No DH in this National League park. For the 84 Cubs, leading off in center field, Bobby Durnier. Batting second at second base, Ryan Sandberg. Batting third in left field, Gary Matthews. Batting fourth in right field, Keith Moreland. Batting fifth at first base, Leon Durham. Batting sixth at third base, Ron Say. Batting seventh and doing the catching, Jody Davis. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, it's Larry Boa. And batting ninth and doing the pitching, it's Rick Sutcliffe. Both pitchers dangerous at the plate. All right, we are ready to go with game one of this season, game one of this three-game series. Tomorrow, I'll have a wrap-up show with scores and highlights from all of the opening day games and previews for what's coming the rest of the week. All right, Don Kessinger's leading off. He's stepping in against Rick Sutcliffe. The pitch from the Red Barons. Kessinger is a .284 hitter against right-handers in 1969. This is a line drive, base hit, center field for Kessinger. That is a single for Don, and the 69 Cubs are underway. Glenn Beckert, batting second in the lineup today, will face Sutcliffe. Kessinger works on his lead. Sutcliffe to the belt. The pitch home is not a good start. That's ball 4. And the 69ers have 2 on with nobody out in the top of the first. Billy Williams, 283 against righties in 1969. The pitch from Sutcliffe is grounded to third. This is taken by Say. He goes to Sandberg for 1. The relay to Durham is in time for the double play. Kessinger moves to third base with 2 outs. Santo steps in. Ron Santo was 287 against righties for the 1969 season. Pitch to him is a base hit to left. That's going to bring home the first run of the game. It lands in front of Sarge Matthews, who throws it into Boa, but Santo is aboard with a single. Kessinger is in with the first run of the game. It's 1-0 69ers. Santo works on his lead. Ernie Banks steps in, a 252 hitter against righties in 69. The pitch from Sutcliffe. Hey, strikes him out, and that will retire the 69ers in the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Leo's boys. Due up for the 84 team will be Durnier, Sandberg, and Matthews against Fergie Jenkins. All right, Bobby Durnier, dangerous if he gets on. 283 in 1984 against righties. Pitch to him is grounded to second. This is taken by Beckert. He's going to throw to Ernie Banks for out number 1 in the bottom of the first. Ryan Sandberg, the MVP of the 1984 season in the National League. 300 average, even for him against righties on the year. This one is hit deep. This one's deep. This one's going to go over the head of Don Young and bang off the ivy. Sandberg around second. He is going to take third on a triple with 1 out. The tying run is at third for the 84 squad. Gary Matthews, who knows something about situational batting, steps in. 277 average versus righties on the year, but a 415 on base percentage for the Sarge. Hey, strikes out on some Jenkins gas. 2 down, and Keith Moreland. This is not necessarily a commonly used Cubs lineup, although I do put Moreland 4th for a reason. I dropped Durham to 5th against righties. It's an idiosyncrasy. I probably shouldn't do it, but I do it anyway. I like having Durham a little lower to get between Matthews, Moreland, Say, and Davis as the left-handed batter. I don't know if it works or not, but I do it in almost every kind of game, every sim I do. And now that's more about me than you really wanted to know, so that gets back to Keith Moreland. 2 outs, Sandberg on third. The pitch to him from Fergie is a line drive base hit right field. This will bring home Sandberg, and we are tied at 1 in the first of this 3-game contest. Leon Durham steps to the plate. Moreland not a threat to run. Durham is a threat to go deep. Jenkins has to be careful. Pitch to Leon. Hey, struck him out swinging. That will retire the side. The 2 teams trade solo runs in the first inning. We go to the second. It's 1 apiece. at Wrigley. The drama builds. Sutcliffe coming back out for inning number 2. The jitters have subsided, one would think, and it's going to be Hundley, Spangler, and Young for the 69 squad in the top of the second. And this one is hit hard to left. It's over Gary Matthews' head, and it's going to one-hop the wall. It's going to bounce off the wagon gate in left field, and Hundley will have himself a double. He only had 15 in 1969, but he's got himself one on opening day here in the dream season. Al Spangler, 204 against righties. Why is he in the game? Most of the time, well, I shouldn't say most of the time. A lot of the time, Leo chose him as the left-handed hitting part of a right field platoon in 1969. Sutcliffe strikes him out on a curveball. That's one gone in the second. Hundley holds second. It's Don Young coming to the plate. Criticized brutally by Santo and during the 1969 season after a game against the New York Mets. But he's in there today because he's their best option. 242 against righties. The pitch to the center fielder is a base hit up the middle. He takes Sutcliffe right back through the box. Hundley is around third. He will be waved, and he will score the lead run. It's 2-1 69ers. And that'll bring up Fergie Jenkins. Interesting choice here about whether to bunt or swing away. Okay. Sutcliffe to the belt. He checks Young at first. Fergie squares. He gets it down. Jody Davis hops on it and fires to Sandberg for the out at first base. That moves Young up to second. With 2 outs, it's Kessinger coming to the plate with a chance to drive in an insurance run for the 69 ball club. Sutcliffe to the belt, checks Young, the pitch home to Kessinger. Is hit in the air to left. But to coin a phrase, it wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth, and Gary Matthews is going to make the catch. We've played 1.5, and the 69 squad has regained the lead. It's 2-1 69ers. And we go to the bottom of the second with Say, Davis, and Boa coming up for the 84 squad against Fergie Jenkins. 2-1 69ers. Ron Say, 236 against righties on the 84 season. This is a hanger. Fergie hung a breaking ball, and Say lines it to left for a base hit. It drops in front of Williams, and Say is aboard with a single. Jody Davis, nobody out. One man on. No speed at first base. Davis, 251 against righties in 84. Fergie struck him out on some upstairs gas. One down in the second. Boa. Pitch to Larry, 193. And very controversial, late July, early August. Were they going to stick with Boa at shortstop in 1984? They decided to do that, but there were other options. Tom Breiser, Dave Owen, maybe making a deal. Pitch to Larry. Is hit on the ground to second. That's Beckert. He's going to go to Kessinger for 1. Back to Banks for 2, and that is an inning-ending, soul-crushing double play. That ends the second. After 2, 69 Cubs leading 2-1 over the 84 Cubs at Wrigley in the sunshine. In the third inning, it's Beckert, Williams, and Santo for the 69 team. Glenn Beckert walked in the first inning, hit .284 against righties on the season. And this one is lifted in the air to center field. Bobby Durnier is going to come in a little bit and make the catch for out number 1 in the third. Billy Williams hit into a soul-crushing double play in the top of the first. Billy strikes out swinging right here on some Sutcliffe upstairs heat. And now it's Santo with 2 outs and nobody on. And Ronnie's going to draw ball 4. That'll be a walk, and he'll take his base with 2 outs. Ernie Banks struck out in the first to end that stanza. Santo works on his lead. Sutcliffe to the belt, checks him at first. The pitch home to Banks. And he lifts it in the air to right. Moreland is going to jog in a few steps, and he'll one-hand it. And that will retire the 69 team in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third with the score. The 69 Cubs 2, 84 Cubs 1. And it's Sutcliffe, Durnier, and Sandberg for the 84 squad in this inning. Pitch to Rick from Fergie is lined, a base hit to right. Sutcliffe pulls it, and he is aboard. Bobby Durnier at the plate, nobody out, 1 man on. Is Fry going to put on the bunt? Durnier is an accomplished bunter. Excuse me. The vaping still going on in my booth. Milo Hamilton dead in the chair next to me. Bobby Durnier, the pitch to him. He's not bunting. The pitch is a fly ball to right. This is going to be Spangler toward the line. He will make the catch, and that's 1 down. Sandberg tripled and scored the Cubs' only run in the first. Sutcliffe, a not very adventurous lead at first. Fergie to the belt, the pitch to Sandberg. Grounded to second. Beckert to Kessinger for 1. The relay to Banks is not in time. Sandberg beats it out. And it's going to be Gary Matthews coming to the plate with 2 outs. Excuse me. Milo, the vaping killed him. He's dead in the chair next to me. Randy Hundley is the catcher. He is a 2-arm. And Sandberg is working on his lead at first base. He'd love to get in scoring position for the Sarge. Let's see if he goes. The pitch home to Matthews. Sandberg not going. And this one is grounded to short. Kessinger is going to go the short way to Beckert, and that will retire the 84 team in the third. We go to the fourth. Leo DeRocher's 69 Cubs 2. Jim Fry's 84 Cubs 1. And it's Hundley, Spangler, and Young in the top of the fourth. Randy doubled and scored back in the second. Hey, struck him out on some Sutcliffe breaking stuff. 1 gone, And here comes Spangler, who struck out back in the second inning. Left-handed batting right fielder. Lift in the air to left. Sarge is back a few more steps, but he'll make the catch, awkwardly looking, and that'll be 2 gone for Don Young. Singled and drove in a run in the second. And he lines a base hit to left. Right here, he's 2 for 2, and that's going to bring up Fergie, which will allow the Cubs to turn the order over here in the 4th at the very least. But Fergie can swing the bat, so maybe even more than that. Sutcliffe to the belt, checks Young at first. The pitch home to Fergie. Struck him out looking, and that retires the 69 team in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Keith Moreland, Leon Durham, and Ron Say for the 84 squad. Jim Fry looking for some offense. Tough to find against the 69 Fergie Jenkins. Leo DeRocher rode him hard, and with good reason. 311 innings pitched, 42 starts, 23 complete games. He even had a save thrown in the mix. So here's Moreland, who singled and drove in a run in the first. Pitch to Keith. Is a line down the third base line past Santo. It's going to get into the corner and rattle around. Moreland's going to get himself a double, and the tying run will be in scoring position for Leon Durham. Cub fans don't know who to root for. It's a confused group in Wrigley Field. Leon Durham stands in. 0 for 1 with a strikeout on his day. Lifted in the air to left. Billy Williams toward the line will make the catch. Excuse me, and throw it to Santo. Milo still smells like vape. And that is 1 down in the 4th. Ron Say singled in the second. He'd love to drive in the tying run. Pitch to him. Is grounded to third. Santo gloves it, throws across to Banks, and that's 2 gone. And now it's Jody Davis coming up. Tempting to walk him here because Boa didn't hit well in 1984. Very tempting. But they're going to go after him. Going to go after Jody. He struck out in the second. And this one is grounded to short. Kessinger throws to Banks, and that retires the 84 group in the 4th. We go to the 5th. 2-1 69ers. And top of the order coming up for them. This has settled down into a pretty good pitching performance for these 2 guys, as we would have expected. Kessinger, Beckert, and Williams coming up in the top of the 5th. Don, 1 for 2 with a run scored on his ledger. He takes ball 4, and the 69 team has a man aboard. Beckert at the plate. Hit and run an option. Stolen base an option. But let's see what they do. Pitch to Beckert. He squares. He gets it down towards Say. Say is going to throw across to Sandberg, and that will move Kessinger to second base. With one out, it's Billy Williams coming to the plate, who's had a tough day so far, a double play grounder and a strikeout. Santo is on deck. Sutcliffe being careful to the belt, checks Kessinger at second. Pitch home to Billy Williams. Grounded to second. This is Sandberg. He throws to Durham for the out, but Kessinger moves to third, and with two outs, there's an insurance run 90 feet away for Ron Santo. 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI and a walk for the Cubs. I want to say captain, but that may not be the case. I could be wrong about that, but I think he was. And he strikes out on some Sutcliffe heat in the fifth, and that retires the side. We're going to the bottom of the fifth with the score, 69 Cubs 2, 84 Cubs 1. And now we have a question for you. Are you tired of good health? Are you tired of good food? Are you tired of the constant whining from people wanting to live forever? Well, I've got the product just for you. Deep sea pink salmon. That's right. Salmon in the can. Wild Alaska. We don't know that it's from Alaska, but we know it's wild Alaska. It's wild caught, and there's no preservatives. Let's check the nutrition facts. First of all, our ingredients: pink salmon and salt. Now, 1/3 of a cup. That's all you need of this baby to give you, 17% of your cholesterol for the day. 15%, 340 milligrams of sodium in just 1/3 of a cup. Think about that, friends. Think about that artery clogging goodness. You're going to be dead before your head hits the table. Deep sea pink salmon. Find it at your local grocer. Say no to the health experts. Say no to your friends and family that care about you. Say yes to deep sea pink salmon. All right. Bottom of the fifth, we got Larry Boa, Rick Sutcliffe, Bobby Durnier for the 84 Cubs. Boa leading off against Jenkins. 0 for 1 for Larry on the day. This one is looped over Kessinger's head, and it's a base hit into left field, where Billy Williams will collect it and throw it back in. Now Sutcliffe makes his way to the plate. Rick, 1 for 1 on the day. Will he be asked to bunt? Will they let him swing away? He's got power. Jenkins to the belt, checks Boa at first. The pitch, Sutcliffe squares around. He bunts it at Santo. Who grabs it and boots it, and everybody's going to be safe. Sutcliffe squared, bunted it towards Santo. Santo fielded it, then fumbled it, and then everybody was safe. 2 on now for Durnier. Nobody out. Boa at second, Sutcliffe at first. Durnier at the plate. Fergie to the belt. Durnier squares. Durnier bunts. Bobby gets it down, and this one is fielded by Santo. He's going to throw across to Beckert, and that will retire the Cub leadoff man. But Boa and Sutcliffe move up. They are both in scoring position now for Ryan Sandberg. One man out. The Cub and the National League MVP at the plate for the 84 squad. Rhino is 1 for 2 with a triple, a run scored on his day. Fergie to the belt, checks the runners, the pitch home. They struck him out swinging. 2 gone, and that's going to bring up Matthews with Moreland on deck. Sarge 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Pitched from Fergie. Hit to short. Kessinger on a hop. Throws to Banks, and that will retire the Cubs in the 5th. Golden opportunity squandered. Fergie pitches out of it. We go to the 6th. It's the 69 Cubs 2, 84 Cubs 1. Sutcliffe back to the hill. It'll be Banks, Hundley, and Spangler in the 69 Cubs 6th inning. Ernie 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Pitch to him. Is line to base hit to right. Ernie goes the other way, and he's aboard with a single. Hundley at the plate. He could be asked to bunt. He's 1 for 2 with a double, a run scored, and a strikeout. Sutcliffe to the belt, checks Banks at first. Ernie's not going anywhere. The pitch home. Hundley squares to bunt. Hundley gets it down. Gloved by Sutcliffe. He's going to go to Sandberg covering first, and that will retire the Cubs catcher. Ernie Banks moves to second base, and that brings up Spangler with Don Young in the on-deck circle. 1 gone in the 6th. Banks works on his lead at second. The pitch home to Al Spangler. Grounded to second. This is Sandberg. He's going to throw to Durham. That will retire the Cubs right fielder, but Banks moves to third. So with 2 outs, Don Young steps to the plate. Banks at third, 2 men out. Don Young is 2 for 2 with an RBI. Fergie Jenkins in the on-deck circle. I think Jim Fry would walk Don Young. I'm going to as well. It's going to move runners to the corners with 2 outs. Fergie Jenkins coming to the plate. Let's see if Sutcliffe can work his way out of this. Jenkins can hit. Sutcliffe to the belt. The pitch home. They struck him out on some gas. Sutcliffe reached back for something extra. And after 5.5, we're still 2-1 with the 69 Cubs in the lead at Wrigley in the sunshine of the afternoon on opening day. Keith Moreland standing in. It's going to be Moreland, Durham, and Say in the 84 teams. Bottom of the 6th. Keith is 2 for 2 with a ribby and a double. Yay, strikes out on some Fergie Jenkins heat. 1 gone in the 6th. Leon Durham stands in. Whoa, camera trouble. Whoa. Hope that didn't make anybody nauseous. All right, let's see what we got here. Gonna make a quick adjustment Give you the out-of-town scoreboard. The scoreboard is from out of town. All right, we're going to see if this helps the camera situation a little bit. And get back to the 84 Cubs. It'll be Durham stepping in with one man out in the bottom of the 6th. Do we like this any better? Not really, but okay, we'll go with it. All right. So it'll be Durham, Say, and if anybody gets on, Davis. Jenkins at the plate, or Jenkins on the mound. The pitch to Leon. 0 for 2 on the day for the Cubs' first baseman. Day struck him out on some Fergie Jenkins breaking stuff. 2 gone, and now Ron Say, who's 1 for 2. And nobody on. 2 outs and nobody on for the Penguin. Grounded to second. This is Beckert. And he boots it. He kicked that one halfway out to Spangler. So Say is safe at first on the error by Beckert. And Jody Davis will come to the plate representing the lead run. Jody's 0 for 2 with a strikeout on the day. Pitch to him from Jenkins. Is a ground ball first, taken by Banks. He's going to go unassisted to the bag, and that will retire the 84 team. Boy, they have had some chances. We go to the 7th inning. It's the 69 Cubs 2, the 84 Cubs 1. And it's going to be the top of the order for the 69 team. Leo's boys, Kessinger, Beckert, and Williams. Don, 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk on the day. Pitch from Sutcliffe. D goes the other way to left field, and it drops in front of Matthews for a hit. Kessinger's on for the 3rd time. Beckert stands in. He bunted the last time Kessinger was aboard with nobody out. What say you now, Leo? Pitch from Sutcliffe. Beckert not bunting. This one's grounded to Sandberg, to Boa, to Durham. It's a twin killing, and he should have bunted. Billy Williams with 2 outs and nobody on. Stands in. And Billy draws a walk. It's ball 4. He's going to jog down to first and let Ron Santo try and drive him in. Ronnie is 1 for 2 with a walk, a whiff, an RBI single on his day. An error in the field, but didn't end up costing anything. Pitch home to Ron Santo. He walks Santo. Maybe Sutcliffe is tiring. We're going to get some action in the 84 Cubs bullpen. Tim Stoddard. Tim Stoddard warming up. Ernie Banks stands in. 2 outs, 2 on for the 69 team. That's Williams at second, and that's Santo at first. 1 for 3 on Ernie Banks' day with a strikeout. Pitch home is a hanger. That's a hanging breaking ball. Banks swings. And just gets under it to center field. Durnier is back. Durnier is back. He is going to make the catch on the warning track. That will retire the side. Banks just missed it. It's time to stretch him out. The 69 Cubs do not score in the 7th. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. They do have a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 7th, we'll bring Boa, Sutcliffe, and Durnier as the scheduled hitters. But this is where it gets tough on this 84 Cubs team, and I'll tell you why. Because Boa's offense is so bad, it's the bottom of the 7th and they're behind. Now, you could pinch hit here. But if you do that, you're going to come back to this spot probably in the 9th inning. And then you got another choice. You might get burned by not having a pinch hitter for one of these reserve infielders they've got who also can't hit. So it's always a tough call in the 7th when they're behind and at the bottom of the order with Boa in the pitcher spot. I'm going to stick with Boa here. I might be making a mistake. I'm going to stick with Boa. I'd be interested to see what your comments are if you would hit for him here. 193 batting average against righties with a 246 on-base average in 84 against righties. The pitch to him from Fergie. Hit in the air to center. Coming in is Don Young, who will make the catch, and that's one gone. And now it's Sutcliffe, and you got the same problem here, but it's opening day, and I'm going to hit for him. This might be a mistake too, but he's down by a run. He's gone 7 good innings, and I'm going to hit for him. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments too. Thad Bosley is going to hit for Sutcliffe with 1 out. Sutcliffe ends his day with 7 innings pitched on his ledger. He allowed 7 hits. He walked, 5 men unintentionally, 1 man intentionally. He struck out 7, and he allowed 2 runs, both earned, no home runs. All right, so it's Thad Bosley. Thad, 284 against righties on the season. Left-handed pinch hitting specialist. They've got a pretty good bench. Pitch to Thad. Hey, struck him out on some upstairs gas that Thad Bosley could not catch up to. That is 2 gone in the 7th. Now we've got the top of the order. It's Bobby Durnier. And if he can get on, it'll be Sandberg. Durnier 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt on the day. Pitch from Fergie. Is hitting the air to center. Don Young, pretty much right in his tracks, will make the catch. And that retires the 84 team in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. Going to have some changes here. The new pitcher will be Tim Stoddard, the setup man and sometimes closer for the 84 team. Will take to the mound. His task will be to retire Hundley, Spangler, and Young. Tell you a little bit more about Tim Stoddard. 58 games in 1984. He pitched 92 innings. He earned 7 saves. He was 10-6 with a 382 earned run average. All right. Control was sometimes an issue in his career and certainly in 1984. Randy Hundley, 1 for 2 with a run scored, a strikeout, and a bunt on his day. Pitch to Randy. Is hitting the air to center. Bobby Durnier toward left center. He's on the run. He's going to get there for the out. There's 1 gone in the 8th. Spangler is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. This one's lifted in the air to right. Moreland backs up and has room. 2 gone. And now Don Young. 2 for 2, a ribby, and an intentional walk in the 6th that he's going to be able to tell his grandchildren about. Pitch. is hitting the air to center. Durnier's coming in, and he'll get there, and that will retire the 69 Cubs. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Stoddard does his job. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 84 Cubs. It's getting late. They are down 2-1 to the 69 team, and you can bet Jenkins is going just as long as Leo can get him to. Sandberg, Matthews, and Moreland for the 84 squad. 1 for 3 for Rhino. Triple. He scored the Cubs run today. He has also struck out. Pitch from Fergie is a ground ball to Kessinger. He takes it on a hop. He throws to Banks, and there's 1 gone in the 8th. Gary Matthews. Sarge is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Pitch to the Sarge. Fly ball center field. Don Young toward left center on the run. He's going to get there, and that's 2 gone. And now Keith Moreland, who Milo, who is, of course, dead in the chair next to me, insisted on calling Zonk because they called him that in college when he played football because they reminded them of Larry Zonka. Drives me nuts. Every time I'm watching YouTube, I got an 84 Cub game on or some other Cub game on. Milo is broadcasting, which is enough to drive me nuts all by itself. But then when you add, every time he sees Moreland, he feels the urge to call him Zonk. It's like fingernails on the chalkboard, people. Fingernails on the chalkboard. Keith Moreland is 2 for 3 with a double, a ribby, and a whiff, and I'm not going to call him Zonk. Milo, you're dead. All right, the pitch to him. And we have a hit by pitch. Moreland is hit by a pitch, and the benches are going to clear. They don't like it. They thought Fergie came up and in on that one, although I don't know why in a 2-1 game in the bottom of the 8th with 2 men out and nobody on, you're going to plunk Zonk. Oh, I did it. But he did. So, the benches have been warned. If this happens again, everybody's getting tossed. Fry, DeRocher, Yosh Kawano, and the pitchers. Leon Durham 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Moreland works on his leadoff first. The pitch to Durham. Ball 4, he walked him. Wow. Well, now there's a number of choices involved here. Keith Moreland, if you'll remember, ran not much like Larry Zonka. He ran more like Larry Zonka's mom. So he's slow out there. Now, do you run for him? Let's see who's on the bench for the 84 Cubs, what kind of speed we're talking about. They've got a guy. Actually, they've got a couple of guys. Yeah, they are. They're going to have Henry Cotto run from Moreland at second base. Might second guess this one too. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing here, but Moreland might not score in a single. Cotto probably does, and so Moreland is gone with 2 outs. A little bit risky. Say 1 for 3 on the day has a chance to tie the game. Fergie Jenkins to the belt. Checks Cotto at second. Checks Durham at first. There's 2 men out. Pitch to the Penguin. Yay! Struck him out. That will retire the 84 Cubs in the 8th. We go to the 9th inning. The 69 Cubs 2, the 84 Cubs 1. We're going to have a doozy of a finish. Cotto stays in the game to play right field. Stoddard coming back out to the mound. It's going to be Jenkins, unless they hit for him, Kessinger and Beckert. But I don't think Leo would hit for him at this point, and so I'm not going to either. Jenkins is on to lead off the ninth. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and a bunt on the day. Pitch from Stoddard is grounded to second. Sandberg has got it, and he will throw to Durham for out number 1. Kessinger's had a big day, 2 for 3, a run scored and a walk. But the 69 Cubs have had runners all over the bases and have been unable to capitalize. More than 2 runs. Pitch to Kessinger. They struck him out on some Stoddard gas. 2 down in the ninth, and now it's Beckert. 0 for 2, double play, bunt, and a walk on Glenn's day. He also committed an error in the field. Pitch to him. Line drive, base hit, back up the middle. He is aboard, and that's going to bring Billy Williams to the plate. Not the scenario Jim Fry was looking for when Stoddard started this inning. 0 for 3 with a walk and a whiff on his day. Billy, always dangerous. He hit 21 dongs in 1969. Stoddard to the belt. He checks Beckert at first. The pitch home to Williams. He walked him. And Stoddard's control, picking a bad time to desert him. Lee Smith and Warren Brewster are throwing in the Cubs bullpen, and Billy Connors, the Cubs pitching coach, is going to take a slow walk out there to give them some time to get going. Santo is at the plate. Banks is on deck. Beckert is on second. And Williams is on first. There's 2 men out. Stoddard to the belt. The pitch home to Santo. Hit in the air to right. Cotto is drifting back. He's on the track. He's to the wall. He's got it. Ooh, 1 more biscuit for breakfast, and Ron Santo has himself a 3-run bomb. But he didn't. We go to the bottom of the ninth with the score, the 69 Cubs 2, the 84 Cubs 1. This is turning out to be every bit the game of the week, or at least the game of opening day. Save the best one for the third one. Payoff pitch baseball, dream season. All right. In the ninth, Jody Davis, Larry Boa, and Tim Stoddard are due. This is exactly the scenario I talked about when I did not pinch hit for Boa in the 7th. Davis leads off against Jenkins. I don't think Regan would be in to close it. I think he'd go with Jenkins, and so I am as well. But, we will say that Phil, Regan, and Hank Aguirre are throwing in the Cub bullpen in case there's trouble. Pitch to Jody. Jody's 0 for 3 on the day. Cubs 84 catcher has the power to tie this thing. They're down by a run. They need 1 to tie, 2 to walk it off. Jenkins the wind. The pitch to Jody Davis. Hey, struck him out on some upstairs gas. That is number 9 for Fergie on the day. Bo is due. Ain't gonna bat. He is not going to bat. We're going to see Davey Lopes, who still had some wheels. do the pinch hitting for Boa here in the 9th inning. There's one man out. There's nobody on. Lopes, a late season acquisition from the Oakland A's. He hit .234 with a .333 on base average versus righties. Fergie to the wind. The pitch. Hey, struck out Lopes. That's number 10. Fergie, dominant. Stoddard is due. Hebner will pinch hit. Durnier is on deck. Should Hebner reach, but there's 2 outs in the 9th. Cub fans on their feet no matter which team they're rooting for. 69 Cubs 2, 84 Cubs 1. Hebner at the plate has power. The Gravedigger, 324 in 1984, the 375 on base average. Dangerous pinch hitter. Jenkins, the wind. The pitch. They struck him out swinging. That's it. And I need a cigarette. And let's just say Milo's not using his. Woo! If Milo were alive, he'd be enjoying this. Or maybe he wouldn't be. I don't know. Excuse me. That is strikeout number 11 for Fergie Jenkins. The 69 Cubs win opening day over the 84 Cubs 2-1. Let's give you the line scores and the totals for the 6 victorious visiting 69 Cubs. 2 runs on 8 hits. And they committed 2 errors. For the vanquished 1984 Cubs, 1 run on 6 hits, and they committed no errors. Winning pitcher, Fergie Jenkins, obviously 1-0. The loser, Rick Sutcliffe, he is obviously 0-1. Jenkins goes the distance for the complete game. Give you Jenkins' numbers on the day. 9 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No home runs. He walked only 1 and struck out 11, including the last 4 men in the game and the side in the bottom of the 9th. Quite a performance by the excuse me, by the man the 69 team has to have. Be big. He was big. All right, that concludes opening day. Tomorrow, look for a highlight show with the scores and the totals and the home run hitters and the winning pitchers from opening day in my dream season. This is dream season of Payoff Pitch Baseball. I thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And I hope you click like and subscribe to my channel. My name's Kurt Berglund. I hope you have a great day. So long, everybody.